Hi, my name is Tanner Hallenstein, and I broke a 500-year tradition. In high school, we went on a German exchange trip to southern Germany. And on this trip, we were going to see a play called the Passionspiele. The Passionspiele is a play put on by the town of Oberammergau, and the play is very special because 500 years ago, when the plague was going through Germany, the town came together and they said that they would put on a play about God's Son every 10 years for the rest of eternity. And that was their deal with God to stop the plague and save the town. To this day, the play is only put on by people from the town, and only members of families that have been in the town for a number of generations are allowed to be in the play. Well, the first weekend of the trip, I'm there. I'm a young high schooler. I'm having fun on my exchange trip with my exchange student, and we go to see his friend Alex. Now, we go hang out with Alex, and he's this really cool guy. He's this stereotypical rocker dude. He's got long hair down to here. He's really chill. He's got a basement full of instruments. We're having a great time because this guy's so charismatic and just having fun with us. I'm like, wow, this is like a serious rocker dude. And then all of a sudden he turns to us and says, all right, well, now I have to go. Go where? It's late in the evening. What are you doing? He says, I have to go to the play. It's my time to go on stage. We're like, oh, okay. And that's when it hit me that he's not that much of a rocker dude. He had long hair because this play, you have to grow out your hair for like 2 or 3 years to be in the show. You have to have long hair or else you're not allowed in the show. So we start going to this theater, and he's telling me about the show, and the show is a 6-hour long play, and there's an hour-long intermission in the middle of it. And we go to this theater, and it's massive. The theater's huge. It seats 4,500 people about, and they sell out almost every single show. We go into this green room, and it's so cool. There are people with so many different costumes on, different robes, different headdresses. So I'm sitting there watching this TV as Alex goes and gets changed. Alex comes back, he's in full blue robes, ready to go on stage. I kind of asked him, I was like, can I go backstage? Can you get me backstage? That'd be really cool. Walks over to the costume woman, brings me with, and starts talking to them in German. And I'm 3 years into German, but I still have no idea what he's telling them to get them to do this. But they start yelling at me, pointing at my clothes, and they start telling me to take off my clothes. So I'm like stripping down, they're giving me these robes. We're rushing now. And we're rushing out of the dressing room, going through different hallways, and we go up a stairwell, we go through the backstage, it's really dark, and suddenly I walk through the archway, and there's this bright light, and I'm still I'm still so ecstatic. I'm so excited to be doing this. It sounds like so much fun. And I walk out on stage, and as soon as my eyes adjust, there's 4,500 people from all over the world staring at me, Alex, and the crowd. And I look at the scene that I'm in, and just then, Jesus rises on the cross. You know, generally when you go on a high school trip, you're not supposed to sneak onto a play. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna be sent home tomorrow. Who knows if I'm gonna get arrested, what have you. This is a horrible, horrible mistake. That's when I notice that a guy a couple feet away from me is staring at me. Oh crap. So I look at this guy, he keeps looking over at me. So I'm just trying to play it cool. Like, I know what I'm doing, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. I'm like, okay, this is not good. And he ends up guiding me as the crowd starts making different movements around the stage. And he's guiding me and making sure that I'm doing the correct movements with the stage. After a couple of minutes being on stage, fake lightning strikes, and there's thunder, and everyone in the crowd is yelling and screaming. So Alex comes and grabs me, and we're like, let's get out of here. So we rush off, we go to the dressing room, we quickly get changed, and we get back in the hallway, and the doorway to leave is just like 30 feet away, right there. And that's when the guy that grabbed my shoulder walks up to us. And he starts pointing out that I'm wearing a cartoon Transformer shirt, that I have my ears pierced, that I've got short hair that's not 3 feet long. And I start talking with the guy, and it turns out that this guy is the director of the play. And he thinks it is hilarious. So all of a sudden, from being so scared of this guy, he's immediately so cool. And he's, saying that this is the first time anyone's been on the play from outside of the town ever, and that, it's cool that I'm from Chicago. And then we shook hands, smiled, and I left. And that is how I broke a 500-year tradition. And if the plague strikes Germany, you have me to blame.